Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, GODSLAYERS. I'm Sal, and today I'll be breaking down and showcasing my Vile Blood Greyhawk bleed build. It does a lot of damage and can survive anything. Let's jump right into the build. First up, we have our primary weapon, the Seath, an epic longsword that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us the greater blessing of luck when we inflict an ailment. The greater blessing of luck increases our crit chance. We will be inflicting bleed and dealing physical damage. You can see this by reading what's below the big number in the middle of the info page for your weapon. For this weapon, it says physical damage. Beside that is Prickle, an uncommon polearm that can be found anywhere. The primal version can only be found in ATOT. Its primary increases our weak point damage. Secondaries you want are weak point damage and crit chance. Double crit chance and add crit chance again as your last upgrade. Below that is our Methra. This is a double primary charm that can only be found while fighting Moirax from the Fire and Darkness DLC. Double primary means it can have a combo of any of the other charms in the game, with the exception of Lightbringer related charms. Primaries you want are gain weapon tech charge whenever you crit, and apply the Mark of Fragility when you inflict an ailment. The Mark of Fragility increases the damage the enemy takes. Secondaries you want are crit chance, double that, and then add crit chance again as your last upgrade. Beside that is our Call Labus Legacy, a double primary amulet that can only be found while fighting Kurgani from the Fire and Darkness DLC. Primaries you want are restore health when you crit, and apply 25% of your life stone as over health when you apply it. Secondaries you want are crit chance, double that, and then add crit damage as your last upgrade. Below that is our Dustlord Signet, a legendary ring that can be found anywhere. Its primary exposes enemies' weak points whenever we inflict an ailment. It also has our weapon techniques, inflict ailments. Secondaries you want are weapon tech charge speed, double that, and then add weapon tech damage as your last upgrade. Beside that is the Sheridan's Story, a rare ring that can be found only in the Lightbringer game mode. Its primary increases our Soul Shatter buildup whenever we hit an enemy that has 4 or more ailment stacks. Secondaries you want are weapon tech charge speed, double that, and then add weapon tech damage as your last upgrade. Below that is our banner, the Mesa Banner Roll, an epic banner that can be found anywhere. Keep in mind, primal versions can only be found in ATOT. Its primary gives us a base increase in crit damage and crit chance. Secondaries you want are crit chance and crit damage, double crit damage, and then add crit damage again as your last upgrade. Last but not least, our Lifestone, the Eye of Elas, an epic item that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our Soul Shatter buildup. Secondaries you want are crit damage and crit chance, double crit damage, and add crit damage again as your last upgrade. Now, before we jump into augments, there's a few more clips showcasing this build. Here we have our augments. First up is Force Barrier, an epic vitality augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary allows us to go uninterrupted while attacking if our overhealth is above 50%. Secondaries you want are overhealth gain and fire resistance. Double overhealth gain and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. Beside that is Glamour, an epic augment that can be found anywhere. Keep in mind primal versions can only be found in ATOT. Its primary increases our damage for each ailment on the enemy if our adjacent augments are vitality augments. This means that augments directly connected to this augment need to be vitality augments. Secondaries you want are physical resistance and overhealth gained. Double overhealth gained and then add might as your last upgrade. Above that is our Void Shell, a legendary augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us overhealth when we crit depending on how much might we have connected to this augment. Secondaries you want are Void Resistance and Air Resistance along with overhealth gained. Double overhealth gain and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. Beside that is Paradise, a rare might augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us weapon tech charge whenever we crit. Secondaries you want are weapon tech damage, double that and then add weapon tech damage again as the last upgrade. Beside that is Twilight Bloom, an epic augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our weapon tech damage if two adjacent augments are red. Secondaries you want are weapon tech damage, double that and then add weapon tech damage as your last upgrade. Above that is Frostfire, a rare augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our crit damage during Rampage. Secondaries you want are weapon tech damage, double that and then add weapon tech damage again as your last upgrade. Next up is the Black Seed, a rare spirit augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our shield charge whenever we defeat an enemy with our weapon technique. Secondaries you want are damage to bleeding enemies, double that and then add vitality as your last upgrade. Beside that is Rift, a rare vitality augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our damage for each ailment on the enemy. Secondaries you want are damage to bleeding enemies, double that and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. Last but not least are Divine Conduit, a rare spirit augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us arc on charge whenever we are hit. Secondaries you want are, again, damage to bleeding enemies, double that and then add might as your last upgrade. Now, let's jump on over into our skill tree. Here we have our skill tree. Not much has changed. We're still fully spec'd into weapon techniques, soul shatter, vitality, crit chance, crit damage, arc on fury, resistance, spirit, rampage, ailments, recovery, weak points, polarity attacks, and all stats. We also have a few in finesse, takedowns, and weapon timing. Well, that's all I have for this build. Thank you all for watching. I'd like to invite you all to our Discord. We have tons of active members that play daily, guides, builds, and more. The link will be in the description and the pinned comment below. Thanks again for all the support, and until next time, take care.